What's going on, everybody? August is wrapping up. I mean, according to, I'm supposed to be posting this on August 30th. We are wrapping up August. September's rolling around, which means it's football season. Football season is quickly approaching, so I think this is going to be the last video for me, or maybe I got one or two more videos. This is one of the last draft decision videos. My series here called Draft Decisions, where I talk about two players that are really close in ADP, make the argument for both, and decide in the end who you should draft. I'm Hutchinson Brown from Footballguys. I'm at HutchinsonB_FF on Twitter. Before we get into this video, make sure you all subscribe to that Footballguys YouTube channel. Click that notifications bell so you'll be notified every single time a new video drops on this awesome YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's jump right in. We are talking about Saquon Barkley and Javonte Williams. Saquon Barkley is going to pick 19 overall as the RB11 off the board. Javonte Williams going to pick 20 overall as the RB12 off the board. Two RB1s going in the late second, sometimes the early third of drafts. Let's start with Saquon Barkley, who's being drafted just a tad bit higher in most drafts. I mean, start with the Saquon Barkley positive. We've seen a top 3 season from this guy. We haven't seen it from Javonte, but we've seen it from Saquon. We have seen a top 3 season from this guy before. And even in his second year, when he did hurt his ankle, when he was healthy, he was awesome for fantasy football. He finished at the RB10 that year, but he missed a few games, and when he was on the field healthy, he was a superstar. So when this guy's healthy, he is a star. He's an improved offense this year compared to years past. I don't think we expect this offense to be the Broncos offense this year, but it is improved compared to years past, especially at the offensive line position. Just that entire offensive line looks very upgraded compared to what it has been looking like in years past. So you got to get excited about that. And Saquon's just set up for the workhorse role with tons of pass catching work. I mean, this dude is a specialty pass catcher, and the Giants don't have tons of receivers. I know they've invested the most money into their wide receiver core. I mean, they've got Kadarius Toney, who's a question mark, Wan'Dale Robinson, who's a rookie, Kenny Golladay, who looks like he's washed up. Like, they don't have many pieces here. They're going to need Saquon out of the pass catching game, so he's going to be used like it, and he's going to be used as a workhorse. And obviously, look, let's go to the Saquon Barkley negatives. The one negative is, I mean, obviously, the only negative with Saquon Barkley is he healthy? And can he stay healthy throughout the entire season? The entire question with Saquon is health. Like, that's it. That's the only question. If he is 100% healthy, he is going to dominate. It's just, can he stay on the field? Can he stay healthy? So let's move on to the Javonte Williams side. Let's start with the positives. Javonte Williams is in a Denver offense that's ready to take off this year. I mean, you got Russell Wilson, you got Courtland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, you got KJ Hamler, Alberto, and then you have the duo of Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon out of this backfield. This Denver offense is absolutely ready to take off in 2022, and that's going to lead to a lot of scoring opportunities. Javonte Williams is a young rising star stepping into his second season. I mean, this dude coming out of college was an absolute stud prospect. In my opinion, I think he was probably the best. He was probably one of the best running backs in that class. He was just unbelievable. And in his first year, he was breaking tackles at a ridiculous rate. Melvin Gordon actually was too, which some people like to throw under the rug. Melvin Gordon was good too. But Javonte Williams, he is just, when you saw those plays, there's a few plays that he made where you're like, that kid is a star. He is a superstar. So if he gets the work, he's going to be a star. And last positive for Javonte Williams. I mean, Melvin Gordon's getting older. He's nearing 30 years old. And there have been some reports saying Javonte is going to lead this backfield by a significant amount. Like, it's going to be like a 70-30 split. There's been a lot of reports saying that. And if Javonte were to take over this backfield and be like a 65%, 70%, even 75% of the running back touches guy with some pass catching work, I mean, top 5 is the ceiling. Like, he can absolutely get into the top 5 this year. His tackle breaking ability, his pass catching ability in this Denver offense with that workload, he would be an unstoppable fantasy force. He would absolutely kill in the second round. He would absolutely kill in the second round. That would be a huge, huge value. So look, there's one negative with Javonte Williams. We all know it. I mean, it's kind of like with Saquon. We know what his negative is. It's health. With Javonte Williams, there's only one negative, and it's Melvin freaking Gordon. What is this offense going to look like? What is this backfield going to look like in terms of how the work is going to be split up? If it's going to be a 50-50 split or 60-40 split between Javonte and Gordon, Javonte is not going to be the best. Javonte is not going to be a good second-round draft pick. I mean, he's going against a top 12 running back. If it is a 50-50 split or a 60-40 split, it is not going to be good for your fantasy roster. He's probably going to finish outside the top 15 running backs if that's what this is going to look like. That's just how it's going to go. I mean, you can't split 50% of the work in the backfield and score like a top 10 fantasy finish. Like, it's just really, really difficult to do that. You have to have insane efficiency. You have to have an outlier somewhere. And I don't want to bet on an outlier for Javonte. So Javonte Williams, if he splits that work with Gordon, it's going to hurt you for fantasy football. It's going to be frustrating too, because there's going to be some weeks where he just disappears. There's going to be weeks where he just doesn't do it for you. All right. So I'm going to conclude here. In conclusion, if you're on the clock, you're staring down these two players, maybe you picked like Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey at the 101, looking for that second running back in the second round. You're deciding between these two guys. I think I'm going to be going with Saquon Barkley. I love Javonte Williams. I think he's a supreme talent. But the opportunity is there for Saquon. We don't know if the opportunity is there for Javonte Williams yet. And the opportunity is there for Saquon. And look, obviously Saquon has... I would put the odds, if one of these guys are going to get hurt, I would put the odds on Saquon. Because it's just his history. But both these guys have a great chance of getting hurt. They're running backs. NFL running backs, they all have injury risk. So I think Javonte has some injury risk, maybe not as much as Saquon, but Javonte doesn't 100% have the workhorse role, and Saquon Barkley does. So I'm going to bet on Saquon Barkley. I'm going to bet on his health. I'm going to bet that he stays healthy, because as long as he's healthy, there is nothing stopping him from being a top 5 running back this season. And in the late second round, it would just be an absolute steal. All right, everyone, that's going to be it for this video today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Before I go, please subscribe to the Football Guys YouTube channel. Click that notifications bell so you'll be notified every single time a new video drops on this awesome YouTube channel. I'm Hutchinson Brown for Football Guys. I'm at HutchinsonB_FF on Twitter. We will see you all next week.